Wow. So I finally caught up to see Being Mary Jane's last week episode, hashtag Ugly Truths. And I cried the entire episode. Wow. Just thinking about depression and the topic of suicide. And I'm just trying to process my emotions and my thoughts and my feelings, because I'm sure we all know people who battle with depression, people who battle with bipolar, um, people who battle with imbalanceness in their emotions. And there's moments at a time where all of us come to some type of transitional moment where we find ourselves depressed, and sometimes we don't even want to acknowledge it. And just the weight of her story, Lisa's story, and her truth, wow, is such raw emotion, because it just made me go back to a place and understanding how rape at a young age, how it affects you, your livelihood, and just think about even how it even caused a wedge between her and Mary J's character, because of her inappropriateness of not being able to create those boundaries with David, and her need of wanting to be loved. And oftentimes, so many women, you have sisterhood, you have friendships, or not even, it don't even have to be a sisterhood or a friendship, but some of the behaviors that you do that self-sabotage, all in the vein of wanting to be loved. And we all have some ugly truths, and I just think that this is very powerful. And that that moment, that realness of what the effects of suicide and what the effects of us and our selfishness, a lot of times when we are in pain. And for me, as I'm still looking at this, as someone who tends to person's emotions as a caregiver, not to internalize when things like this happen, when you yourself are honoring your anchor, understanding the backdrop of how Mary Jane is in her current space, because of overhearing David and Lisa talk about, a sexual encounter that they had, even though it wasn't full genitalia penetration, but they definitely engaged in sexual activity. But just thinking about how we can ruin friendships and ruin connections with people because of our need and desire to be loved, and not fully unpacking and really combating those ugly truths. So I just want to sit with that. It just really just brought something very raw with me, and understanding that it brought me to a place of remembering how I was in my adolescent years and earlier young adulthood years, and the self-sacrifices I made in the vein I wanted to be in love and being in toxic relationship, all in the name of, wanting to be loved and validated, because of the rape. The first time 2 years old, and didn't stop till I was 5, and being raped at 9, being raped at 12, and understanding that my body has always been the object of someone to wanting to do certain things to me, and to being young and not understanding that it wasn't me. It was sick, twisted older men, family or not. So this is just real raw. Maybe I needed that catharsis, letting it out. So whomever it is that's watching this video and understanding that it's the reason why Miss Akil wanted people to really undress these ugly truths that keep us in bondage, and keep us imprisoned mentally, emotionally, And suicide is real. So if you know anyone that is considering suicide thoughts, look at the suicide hotline. Reach out to somebody. Suicide is real. Thoughts of suicide is real. Depression is real. And I pray that, like me, many of you all have safe spaces that you had to combat those ugly truths and reauthor them and find hope, find love, and be healed in your soul. And I think this was awesome that the directors and the writers really exploring mental health, depression, and suicide in our community. Like she said, this don't happen in our community. This black people don't kill themselves. Yes, we do. In more ways than one. Where our eating habits, a physical death, we kill ourselves mentally. We kill ourselves with our words and our thought processes. It's not always a physical suicide. We have many among us who are the walking, living dead. Think about it. Hope you all start the conversation and begin to think about all the lies we say to ourselves and all the lies we say to others when we look like we've got it all together when we're really hurting inside. Guilty. But I'm glad that throughout the years that I knew it was okay to get therapy and to address those ugly truths, that many people haven't been able to do so, and carrying around family secrets. That's a lot. I don't ever want to be one of those kind of women. Like Lisa's mom sacrificed their child for a damn man just like that. I said it, for a damn man. So I just had to get it off my chest. And I'm signing off. This video is too long.